Jason, you're such a nerd. How about I just knock the nerd out of you?
Don't do that. You'll get nerd all over us.
Yeah, and nerd smells bad.
Need a hand, Jason?
Yeah, guys, let's give him a hand.
Yeah, let's help a fellow out.
Jason is such a retard.
Now he's a wet retard.
A wet retard loser. Where you going, Fag?
Yeah, where do you think you're going, bag?
He's going to the bathroom, right, guys?
That's where he's going. Get the door, Graham.
Not again. Don't fall into your locker, Torque.
Yeah, don't be so clumsy.
Good one, man.
Thanks. Don't mind if I do.
What a total loser.
Mr. Stevens, my science teacher, asked me once how long I'd been bullied. I didn't know what to tell him. I don't ever remember not being bullied. He talked to me a lot, Mr. Stevens. I always liked science. I guess he could tell. Whenever he saw someone bothering me, he'd always shoo them away. But they always came back. They always came back. They called me names: nerd, geek, fag, crybaby, retard. One even called me a Jew boy. I'm not Jewish. I told him I wasn't. He didn't care. Sticks and stones, my mama would say. whenever I came home from school crying. She was wrong. Names do hurt. Hurt a lot. It got worse, and it hurt more and more. One day, I decided enough was enough. I had seen this film about a boy who was bullied all the time. He hanged himself. I thought it couldn't hurt for very long, but it did hurt. I thought if I was gone, no one would care. But my mama cared. My little brother cared. My dad cared. Even though I hadn't seen him in over a year. He cried at the funeral. Mr. Stevens cared too. And some of the other teachers who came to the funeral cared. A couple of the girls I knew cried too. Mandy was my best friend. She cried a lot. I guess if I had it to do all over, I think I would have asked someone to help me. I really didn't know if anyone could help me, but I would have asked. I watched this video about suicide at school once. It was about a boy my age. He said, "Don't use a permanent solution to solve a temporary problem." My uncle once told me that he was bullied a lot in school too. He told me it would eventually end. I just didn't know how long eventually would take. I started feeling worse and worse. I think it was depression. That's what Mandy said it was. She told me to think happy thoughts. I tried. Someone here said that most of the kids who committed suicide were gay. I told them I didn't know if I was gay or not. They said I was probably too young to know. They said that most of the people who committed suicide were sorry they did it, because there are a lot of things they would have liked to have done. They asked me if I was sorry I committed suicide. I told them yes. If I had the chance, I would not do it again. I guess I was hoping they'd make it go back to the way things were before I killed myself. They didn't. It's kind of lonely here. I'm by myself most of the time. I miss my mama, my little brother, the most. But I also miss Mandy. I missed Mr. Stevens. And I miss my dad sometimes.